better get outside and spend a little time doing something today. Mothers. God knew what he was doing when he created mothers. Definitely knew. Because that touch of a mother a lot of times feels like a touch from God to you. And you know, you don't have to give birth to a child to be a mother to these children. There's a lot of women that I know personally. They stand out as mothers themselves. And they may have not gave birth, but they stand out as a mother for what they do. But just thank God for having the knowledge to know what we were going to need growing up. And as we get older, we still need our mamas and daddies, but especially our mamas. Times get tough. We always like to talk to mama. This service has been very heartfelt today. Very, very. And if y'all would, let's open our Bibles up to Psalms chapter 139. Brother Bull hit on a little note earlier a while ago when we was praying. That God did so well when he created mothers. And it says in Psalms chapter 139, verse 13, for thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, that my soul knoweth right well. God's word for God's people. God knew you before you ever were put into your mother's womb. He knew everything about you. He knew everything that we were going to do, good or bad, because we've done a lot of bad, got a lot of mischief. I could look at Sammy today and tell that he wasn't nothing but trouble for a while. Him and his bicycle days. But God knew that Sammy had a mother that was going to patch him up every time. You know, just because a lot of our mothers have gone on to heaven today, doesn't mean that we don't remember all the good things, all the happy times, all the teaching that our mother's done to us. Because they have. Just because they're not with us today, don't mean they're gone. They're always in our hearts. They're always with us. Because God blessed us with some great women. If y'all would, just turn to Isaiah chapter 66. Verse 13. And it says, as one whom his mother comforted, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And when you see this, your heart shall rejoice, your bones shall flourish like an herb, and a hand of the Lord shall be known towards his servants, and his indignations towards his enemies. Let me ask you this. Who likes to be comforted? I think we all love to hear a word of comfort or a touch of comfort. You know, it said that a mother's hand can be a hand of comfort. It would be terrible to go through life without somebody that would comfort you in your times of sorrows, your times of pain, your times of loss, your times of worries. Yeah, God does a lot of this. God can comfort you. But God gives us mothers to comfort us. God made us complete by mothers. I know at my house, my girls, they'll fall down, get a bump. Next thing I know, 99% of the time they run into their mama. They want mama to be the first one to put hands on them. It don't make me jealous whatsoever. Because I know that mother's hand has a special thing about it that a father's hand has to learn. But it comes from that mother. It comes from that mother carrying that child for a length of time. That bond that these children have with their mothers, it is a close bond. Children, your mothers are great women. They have a bond for y'all that you cannot compare it to a lot of times in life. Sometimes it seems like there may be distance. But your mother loves every one of y'all. Never leave you. You're always right here in your mother's hearts. Even these mothers that's lost children, that child's still right here in that heart. Just as much as that child would be if that child was still living today. Being a mother is a tough job at times too. Tough job. Because what we bring to our mother sometimes, whew, aggravation, sorrow, pain, humility. Has any child ever humiliated you? Man, we do all these things, don't we? As children, we do. Even grown children, we humiliate our mamas at times. Mm-hmm. See? Amen. Miss Pat done spoke. More when they grown, when they little. These children, us, and our parents, how many different times in our lives have they changed things about us? Made us better parents, made us better fathers, made us better mothers. Because little things these children have said when they stepped on your toes that humiliated you around other folks, that you made sure that you changed to be that better parent. A God-fearing mother is right there in heaven. A God-fearing mother. Because she's going to train up her children correct. She's going to show them love that God said that we could have from her. That true love. And you know, there's something about a mother's love. It's special. It is very, very special. Now, if y'all would, turn over to 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Yeah, I got y'all flipping today. Chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 4. When I read these verses right here, this is what I see a true mother is. A mother that loves children, a mother that raises children up, a mother that will do anything for that child. These verses right here is what speaks to me. And I asked God, I said, God, what you want me to preach on? And he gave me a bunch of different things. I said, God, what you really want me to preach on? And this is where he sent me. This right here. because these verses right here, they mean so much to us. And it says in verse 4, 13:4, charity, which is love, suffered long and is kind. Charity inviteth not, charity vaunteth not in itself, is not puffed up. A mama don't puff up herself because she's doing this or doing that. A mama will clean you up when you are filthy with the world on you and love you as much as the day that you come out of her womb. Makes no difference. You're still her baby. Whatever you get into in this world, that mama's love is going to be there till the end for you. And a mother she may get mad at you at times and say, I don't agree with you, but she still loves you just as much as the day that you were born to her. And it says, doeth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. A mother don't think no evil when she's taking care of you. It may be thinking, hey, I'm going to whoop that child's behind every once in a while. But it's not the kind of evil that kind of whooping is make this child do what that child needs to do, or that child is obeying. And today, there's so many times a mother won't whoop a child anymore. There's a lot. There's very much, a lot. Because, you know, if mama had to whoop you, normally when daddy got home, what happened to you? You got it again. Unless daddy knew, boy, you don't want mama to whoop you, because mama will get you. But this love is true. It's forever. It's permanent. A mother's love is there. And it says, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. A mama will tell you the truth, how she really feels about a subject or what you're doing. If she don't like it, she's going to tell you she don't like it. You may not like to hear what she tells you, but she's going to tell you. And it says, beareth all things, believe all things, hope all things, endureth all things. Doesn't that sound like a mother right there? That can endureth, hope all things. It don't say some things, it says all things. Then you come on down to verse 8, and it says, charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, there shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. But a mother's love is always there. There's so many times in our lives that we may wish that we could have went back and said something different that we may have said to our mothers before they passed and gone home. Or maybe spent a little more time with them. You know, who knows? This is these things that you know between you and God. But I promise you this, your mother has forgive you if there was any harm done now. Because all great mothers go to heaven because they're too special to go anywhere else. They're too special to go anywhere else. Because God did bless us. He created man first, and he knew man was incomplete without woman. And he knew that it had to be more than just man and woman. So what did he do? He made us parents. He made us mothers. He made us fathers. And the chain continues. God knew what needed to be done and how it needed to be done. Even when Jesus Christ, John chapter 19, was hanging on that cross in place of the skull, at the end of his life here on earth, as in man's body, physical body, not spiritual body. Jesus made sure that his mother was going to be taken care of. In the end, when all things have been done to him, he made sure that his mother was going to be taken care of. Brothers and sisters today, that same love that Jesus had for his mother, we need to make sure we have for our mothers today. Because in verse 25 it says, "Now there stood by the cross of Jesus his mother, and his mother's sister Mary, the wife of Cleopas, and Mary Magdalene. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by, whom he loved, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son." He's telling John this. Then said he to his disciple, Behold thy mother. And from that hour that disciple took her into his own home. Jesus made sure that his mother was going to be taken care of. And if there's problems today with you and your mother, whatever it may be, you still have time today. Pick up that phone, get that automobile, and tell your mother how much you love her. We don't always do things right. We're humans. We mess up every day. But who knows what tomorrow has for us? We don't. There's a lot of times that we get mad at our mothers. We show them our backside instead of our front side, arms wide open, wanting to hug. But, you know, one day that mother won't be with us anymore. And if you don't get the words off out of your mind to your mother's ear today, you may not ever have a chance. God may come and take you or take that mother away from you. If you didn't say it, you didn't get the opportunity, and it's not God's fault, it was your fault. And mothers, if there's something today that you need to say to your children on how much it matters to you, how much love you have for them, same goes for you. It's time to break down these bonds that we put aside to keep us from receiving that love from one another. We can't go through life being mad at our family. Because what do we come from being mad at one another? Nothing. We dig our own pits, our own response. But what we have to do today is this: make that phone call, make that trip. If you got an email, do it. If you got to write a letter, just do it. Express what your heart feels for your mother. Express what your heart feels for your child today. Because today is a special day. Today is Mother's Day. And those mothers are so special to us. All of our bobos, bangs, and cuts, that mother cleans up. And Jimmy said something a while ago about Miss Billy that I think a lot about with my wife Leanne. A lot of times, our wives become just like our mothers to us. Stay there when things just are not right and tough at times. She's been bandaging me up this week, and I've had a lot of time to think about it. I can't even roll over, and I'm having to sleep on the couch when I do get to sleep without her getting up. Are you okay? Yeah. we wouldn't be complete. If we only half what we are, we're no good. We can't do it. But God puts us with great women and men in our lives to complete us. And I'll ask y'all tonight, today, and tonight, to give a round of applause to our mothers. Thank God for giving us mothers. He knew what he was doing. And in our closing, Miss Jean, Miss Sheila, we're going to pray for this building. Because there's another mother that right now is going through some tough times. She's hurting. And we know what it's like to see family members. Because she's family. She's one of our sisters. All a family of God in here. No one higher than the other. All just equals. And in this closing prayer today, and I want to ask Brother Tony today if he would close us out when it gets time to bring Miss Mildred in that prayer.